Beastie the Prince. Haha. Truly with the same old sacrifice. Everything we talk about, holy with no apparel. Head over my head. Here we go again.
When the Bible speaks and open door, it means to clear a path to preach the Bible, but it also comes with struggle and strife. It talks about Jacob fighting with wrestling with the angel on the pinnacle, and he wrestled with the angel night and day until the angel knocked his hip out of place. He asked Jacob, "What is your name?" He said, "Jacob." And he said, "Your name will no longer be Jacob, but it will be Israel, the blessed land." Okay? But it also comes with struggle and strife. I said that. Means sometimes reaching your full peak, you will fight and you will ask yourself, is it worth the fight? So this is where I want to go. I told y'all about the vision I had of the rapture. I was fasting and praying all that day and speaking in tongues in the spiritual mindset of not talking out loud because I was at work, but praying in the spirit to God. This is the first time I ever sung a worship song in tongues. And as I went to sleep that night, I told y'all about the vision of the rapture, which in this dream, I was walking beside an angel, quarterback view, and the stage was set, and nobody was on the stage. The true worshipers should worship in spirit and truth after he talked to the woman at the well. We know the story of the woman at the well. And also, in that moment, people were worshiping. I saw my physical parents. They smiled. And people started disappearing in thin air like a vapor. The military, Army, Navy, Marines walked past me, I told y'all, with arms, with weapons. As we approached the stage, the center stage, Jesus standing there with flaming hair of fire like a fluorescent light, spoke and said, "If you're not going, you're not getting there." Woke up. But where I'm going with this is, whatever you do in the dark, God sees in the light, right? So whatever you reap, you also sow in the season of harvest, right? There's so much that many of y'all have sown, and God has seen you. And I just want to tell you that if you keep enduring and you keep doing what God told you to do, He's going to bless you. I got confirmation about something. I'm not really going to go in detail with this. It's not that I don't want to share. It's just I don't want to be having it tainted. You never know who's watching you, and you never know who's paying attention to what you're saying. So all of that is a benefit on the blessed life. So all I have to say is y'all stay positive, stay encouraged, pray, fast, believe. Faith without works, and faithful works are not dead. Faith is the substance of things hoped for with evidence of things not seen. So on that note, I'm gonna let y'all go. Have a good one. Your humbleness, your sturdiness, and the spirit of staying firm. Just like Joseph, he told his brothers to dream. They threw him in the pit. He went to prison. He gave the baker butler and the Pharaoh dreams that they were having, and he showed them how to benefit off of those dreams, and he became the second in command with the Pharaoh. So this is where I'm coming from. It was a while back a prophet from the Bahamas, Prophet Coakley. He was on point with his prophecies, you know, all kind of stuff. And he was telling me all of these things, and he was telling me based off of what Joseph went through, that God is going to open that door, which was a second confirmation on what somebody else told me prior to what he told me. It's like a 4-year span, 5-year span, maybe 6-year span, I don't know. But what I'm saying with all of this is, a lot of times we look at our situation and it seems like everything is coming against us, the struggles and all kind of stuff. But God has let me know to remind you guys, the season that you're in is for a reason, to humble you and grow you in the gift of the Spirit, so you'll know it was only Him that did what He did in your life. All right? Have a blessed Saturday. This is the third part of the segment, going to New Parallels. God told me if you tell anything, you got to be brutally honest and give it the breakdown. Joseph, when he became second in command, he didn't first tell his brothers once he caught sight of them, being able to get the provision for the food that the Israelites had to come to Egypt to get. He kept it secretly, and he set up his youngest brother, Benjamin. He put something in his bag, basically said he stole it. And they had to do these things for Joseph, and Joseph finally admitted. He cried, and he forgave. So what I'm basically trying to say is, a lot of people give aspects of vindication, and I understand where you're coming from. Everybody have their own outputs of how God leads you with vindication, but when you have discernment and you've been around for a while as a Christian, you have ways of dealing with stuff. You learn the true possession of, I lay in front of my enemies at my footstool and have the table spread it out, right? So this is how I look at it. It's going to come a time where you got to remember, these people have to look at everything they did to you. And you don't have to say a word, because they're going to play back in their mind everything they did to you. And sometimes they get better, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they heal from it, sometimes they don't. But what I'm basically trying to say in all retrospect, you have to look at this as a pinnacle. How will these people view you after what they did to you? And I believe in, you receive your own karma based off of the unforgiveness that you still have in your heart. And it's like looking in the mirror and seeing yourself. When you don't forgive, those doors can't open, because what if the person who's blessing you was once your enemy, and if you don't forgive them, how can you receive a blessing from them? And it could be, if you still have unforgiveness in your heart, how can you have room to receive any blessings from God if you still have bitterness in your heart? Because you're going to subject everything to be still unsettled in your mind, if you understand what I'm saying.
Beastie the Prince. Haha. Truly with the same old sacrifice. Everything we talk about, holy with no apparel. Head over my head. Here we go again.